Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly, and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Okay, next please. How can I help you, young man?
We want to go in on HKIT. We don't mind multiple splits, and we love a good offering at bottom.
Well, that's fantastic. A really smart decision, young man. We can put that checked and it's gone.
And it's gone again, Dane. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Laughing Stock, everyone.
What's up, man?
Yeah, good. We have been through a little bit of a rough week here, but especially the last maybe couple of days was a bit scary. I think it's we have to wait and see, but it was a bit different. It felt like a little bit different, that candle on Friday. We tried to compare it against some similar candles in recent times, like the last 2 years or so. And we found a couple, but it just feels a little bit different this time, but we have to wait and see. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of due for a correction anyways. I even though yesterday it went further than I thought it would have, which I think everyone was just kind of the same. Everyone kind of thought the same thing. Like, there was really no point yesterday where I think like there was any buying strength coming in. Like, everyone just kind of knew that pullback was coming and just kind of was waiting for it. And then as it dragged on and got worse and worse, there's like even less chance someone's going to start buying there. So it's just free fall.
I think, like you said, everyone has expected a correction throughout this entire bull market that we have been through right now since April, and we haven't really got a proper one. And now maybe it comes and maybe will last for a little bit. I don't know, but we just checked. Let's just jump into charts here. This was the ticker, by the way, HKIT. Good looking chart as always.
Another strong one.
No, but let's. We were talking about the QQQ, right? And to me, this is like a pretty strong candle to the downside. And if I zoom in a bit, you can see it's kind of below, in the middle of the. I'm using now the 9 EMA 21 and 50 here, and then the red one is the 150. So it seems like it's on the way to the 50 maybe, but I was also saying to you, like in the other smaller correction we have had through this bull run, they have bounced straight back, and we found some similarities to the 10 of October here, Friday 10 of October in 25, which was a special day because that was the rough day for the crypto field. Do you remember that?
I think crypto's been having a lot of rough days, but yes.
Yeah, but maybe you can say it started here actually. If you go back, we can pull it up later. But uh, from here, it looks a little bit similar, right? And then this was also Friday. So after the weekend, it bounced up again, and of course, you had this last little run before it started to move sideways. I don't know if we can compare or read anything out of it from that, but that is like the most similar candle that stands out in a uptrend in recent times at least. And just to see here, like if you go to 10 October on the Bitcoin chart, it's this candle right here, which kind of marked the top of the Bitcoin for now. And this is one of the ugliest chart you can find right now, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's. I see crypto kind of going even lower from here because now it's starting to break through in its previous. Like I said, I had stated this the first time, like it was going to get to that 60,000 range and bounce around in there, and I think we're going to start to see even long term bag holders starting to bail a little bit because if we lose that section that it's similar to from back, yeah, kind of like the middle section there on your chart. If it starts to break through that section, then I don't even know. But at least for now, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, and even if it goes, if we do get a bigger market correction in general, the miners and all the things connected to crypto will get hit pretty bad because some of them were also a bit extended and had a really nice run, so it's just natural that they're going to suffer a bit. And then who knows if Sailor sells more Bitcoin, it's just like a acceptance that he has kind of lost. At least you should never listen to what he says because he does the opposite himself when things get a bit rough. And I still don't understand how he can have such a huge average on his Bitcoin purchase. I think that's a terrible job actually.
Yeah, I mean that's how he was running everything. I mean that was the trick, and it worked for a long time too. And honestly, in his position, he probably doesn't care. It's like these guys have already made their cash.
Yeah.
So, but
And,
I was just just looking at like the Nasdaq, like we're coming off. We were up about 30% from the low on March 30th. So I don't know. I feel like even though yesterday seemed bleak, like it didn't really surprise me at all. Like I just thought it was kind of whatever, like we're pulling back. It's due for the correction. And where it's going to go, yeah, you're right. It's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I see the 50 there. We've kind of talked about that. I can picture it going sideways from here for a little bit.
yeah.
It might spike around a little bit too.
Let's say something like this. I'm trying to draw a little box here. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes a little bit up and down in here.
Yeah. So.
But let's see. I think we will for sure get a clearer picture on Monday, but this coming week. But we were also saying like if Trump comes out and tweets something peaceful with Iran in the weekend, who knows where it's going to take the stock market again. He was commenting, I saw that he was commenting that stocks should go up.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he tells you to buy, probably good idea. But I don't know. I think
there's one guy you should take tips from right now, it would be Trump.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a shit either.
Care.
Yeah.
Does not care.
No.
No, he'll straight up tell you what he's buying.
Yeah.
But
no. So how was your week though? Did you enter and
I finally had I actually had 2 good days. I had a good day on actually Tuesday wasn't bad either. Monday, of course, once again, almost a full stop loss. So I was like, oh, great, here we go again. But
Yeah.
then I had 3 days, and actually yesterday I snuck out almost right at break even, just slightly above. So I was actually up 3% for the week.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah, so that puts me back, I believe, at all-time highs.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
a really rough week for, I'm sure, a lot of people, but that puts me up 24.5% year to date.
Nice. It's very good.
So I will say, and I might hate myself. So I've been doing all the math, and I've been tracking things and going back and doing all, checking every trade. And there is something I can do that's much more lucrative. The only thing is it's much more volatile.
Yeah.
So I do think I'm going to try it, which, like I said, I might hate myself because if it doesn't work going forward, I do have like a working strategy right now. So, but I want to try it just because it's almost twice as lucrative as what I'm doing based on my numbers. So with that being said, I do believe I'm going to try it and maybe do it for a month or two and just see if it holds up. Hopefully the data holds as where it's been now. But I'm probably going to have some like pretty large down weeks and large up weeks, but that's just kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
But the math all tells me to do something more like this. So we'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Going to be interesting to see. I
Yeah, I
think,
hope it's not the dumbest
yeah.
thing I've done this year so far, but we'll see.
But I think you have the correct mindset. You if you try something new, you need to stick with it for a time, and see, not just change back if it doesn't work straight away, and to go through it for a month or two. Maybe that's the right idea here.
Yeah, I mean, I've tracked it, and based on like where my numbers at now, I mean, it's almost double where I'm at now, what I would be at. So
you told me you managed to get some data from the bearish market as well. So moving forward, you don't really care about how we are doing here because the strategy would
I
work.
mean, I'm not going to say I don't care because like I said, my data goes back to March 10th now.
Yeah.
That was when I really had switched styles, and the reason why I have to limit to that is that was when I started using a specific scan to find the stocks that I buy. So anything before that, it doesn't really matter because it's not something I would have possibly bought. So I can't really look at my trades from before that point and make anything useful out of it. But if you look at March 10th, it was the start of that kind of more significant down move in Iran. So I don't think I think it's reasonable to say, I mean, I think it was about a 10% drop from that point to the lows, and it survived that. And I mean, I know we've been in a good market. So the only thing that's still kind of bugging me is, this data goes for about 3 months, almost June, May, April, and March. So actually, it's almost 4 months of data.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that's not a ton, but at this point too, like I don't think there's much else I could do. I keep adjusting, like I said, all the metrics that I'm measuring, and there's only one other one that I want to measure, but that has actually more to do with what I'm doing right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this for, like I said, a month or two, see how it goes. And like I said, I know there's going to be pain because I look at it and there is large drops. I have to have a looser stop loss to make it work. So there's going to be days I get smacked.
Yeah.
But the up days are really, really, really phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. It's going to be a little bit more streaky than what I'm doing right now. But if it doesn't work, I'll just revert back to this and tell myself, maybe before you switch up, maybe get more data. That's the only thing I can criticize in me doing this is, maybe it would be better if I had like years of data, which I don't, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
At the same time, you work with what you have, though.
Right.
So you can only.
And like I said, this is like it's so much more lucrative to what I'm doing right now that like it's kind of hard to argue that you shouldn't try it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's kind of pushing me in this direction. Like, so we'll see.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm on the plus side still, but I gave a little bit back on mostly on Friday, like yesterday. But I follow all the rules again, and I think, to be honest, if you did my style and like more classic swing trading, and you didn't get hurt yesterday, you're probably not. You're probably not. Either you're a total genius and you saw this coming, or you are not in the right stocks, because I was in a lot of the strong stocks and they all pulled back, you know. So I used the stops, and I even raised. I kind of broke my rule actually, because Thursday also was a bad day. Started really bad for me, but then I managed to get like I got stopped out on most things, but I managed to get fully invested. Maybe I was a bit aggressive in Thursday, but I did pull off like 5 pullback buys, and they all worked. I was up like 5% on the day on each and single one of them almost. So I was very happy with how I turned that from a pretty red day to a green day.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, I went through in the before the open, and I said, hey, you should actually just raise your stops to break even on all of them that you took yesterday, because it's a bit touchy here right now. And that's what I did. So I got stopped on all of them. So I gave back what I gained on Thursday. And then I was just stopped out. The only thing that was not from Thursday was ARM, which also I got stopped on Fridays. But that was my best trade for 26 so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I'm all cash and I'm feeling very comfortable. I decided yesterday I'm not gonna try anything, because this looks a bit scary.
Yeah, there wasn't. I saw the only thing that I went into yesterday, and it was one of the only names that was moving, was SIDU, SIDU, and it collapsed very quickly along with everything else. And
yeah,
and
this was one
from there,
this was one I was in this week. I took it on. No, sorry, on when was it? I took it on Monday on this red day pullback. And then I had a gain on Wednesday, a nice one, and then I got stopped out. It's very high ADR stock, this one. So
yeah,
maybe again, maybe again I should have taken some profits off. But also, if you manage to stick in one of these ones, that can really make a difference. So, you know, maybe I'm a bit aggressive, but I think you need to be to get the returns that we aim for.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the right mentality still.
Yeah, and I didn't lose more than I normally lose, you know. So I'm happy now that I'm still green. I didn't get, because you know I was up 13%. I gave it all back and then some in the last correction, which was more minor than this one. This was here, in this time here, I gave it all back. And then on the run up again, I managed to go up to 13% again. And now I'm still green, so I did take off the profits like I decided to do. So, and I feel like I've been more successful with my stock selection and also my entries in especially the pullback buys. I'm feeling like I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's way too early to say that, but I'm feeling like it's improving at least. So that's something I'm happy about, and also I'm happy that I took off some profits and learned from the lesson that I got here in this area.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is like it's such a game of percentages. I mean, if you think about it, I think on average, if all you did was add 1% more profitability to all your trades, like how much better would you do in the year?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just compounds incredibly. So any small tweak you can do can make a huge difference in the long run.
Yeah, and the starting point now that I am all cash again, like the starting point of, if let's say this goes back and becomes bullish again, my starting point is so much better than being in, you know, -5%, which I was earlier here.
Right.
So it's just like, and also, you know, these times after you get the corrections, like these bounces up again, this is where you're gonna manage to hit the big ones, like in the beginning of these pullbacks.
Right.
So maybe you will have massive opportunities this coming week if it turns quickly again. I'm not saying that it will, but if, you know.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is, so yesterday, like we were saying, it's just the digestion of the fact that like we've been just in this ridiculous uptrend. So there wasn't really bad news. There's a strong job report, which I don't necessarily think that pushes the market too far in any one direction.
Yeah,
And
no.
like you said, a possible peace deal, which who knows? I mean, that's at this
It's
point, that
very
doesn't.
back
It's
and
almost like a
forth.
non-factor,
Yeah, but it's
just
gonna
because you have
be,
no reliability with it.
but it's gonna be resolved at some point. Like either you're gonna be more in a war than before, or it's gonna be resolved, right? And I understand that it can be dragged out, but I don't think Trump needs it some end point here.
I would think so,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think also too, I'm wondering as he gets further into his last, few years here, um, does he really care? Like, you know what I mean? Like people are like,
Yeah.
My initial thing, we had talked about this. I thought by like midterms, he would have definitely tried to turn things around, but does he even care at this point?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
it did look like he felt the pressure when he started to tweet those things, you know?
well, I think he's
Because,
definitely frustrated because I think he thought this was going to go like Venezuela, where
yeah,
it's just like this quick in and out operation. We
yeah,
take the leader, and everybody just kind of follows in line. Where this is a totally different animal. You can't
yeah,
compare Iran to Venezuela.
no. But yeah,
So
something's gonna happen. It's not gonna last forever, but um, yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
surprised other countries aren't trying to get more involved just because of the fact that how much it affects everyone else's oil. Like the United States, it literally does not affect our oil. Like we don't
Yeah,
even get oil from there. The only thing it affects is it affects our pricing because of now we have to pay because everyone's competing more for oil prices.
yeah,
Like the US is happy to sell towards other countries because they're going to pay twice as much. So that drives our prices up. So, here we see it higher in gas or petrol, if you call it that, but or diesel. But at the same time, like our reserves and stuff are like I'm sure okay, and like we'll have our own oil always if like we really needed to keep it here. But other countries do run out of it, like you know what I mean? Like they don't have it. Like you guys probably don't have to worry about it either, as like you're a huge oil producing nation. But
but like
I don't know.
did affect the prices a lot, and the government had to go in and adjust a few things, you know. And but the prices has come down. It's pretty normal now.
Oh, you're already back to normal, huh?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. See, we're still pretty elevated.
Yeah,
It did come down, but it's definitely still high here. So
yeah. But it's interesting. Like I was just from the bottom in April till now, it's 27% off. So it's still good, you know, in a short time.
yeah, no, I agree.
But we were saying before the stream, and also he texted like, look at the oil chart. The oil chart looks interesting that it is building a base, but Thursday and Friday, it was supposed to go up, and it went down, um, and it lost
It kind of
kind of
looks like the
moving up.
gold chart.
Yeah, and then you have the gold chart. Look at silver, even worse. They are
Yeah,
both
silver's
losing the 150 moving average. Everything is trending down. We talked about the Bitcoin chart. Like everything is down. And then I'm asking, like, what does that tell you in terms of the war situation? I don't know, but so far we have seen that the oil price is going up when the war is escalating.
Right.
So it's a little bit opposite right now. We need more time to see, but it's definitely it was a day that felt a little bit different, this one. And remember last weekend we were talking about Microsoft and these giga caps looking good and breaking out. But here is Microsoft a week later and just straight back into the base and trading below the 150 EMA.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised how quick Microsoft pulled back.
Yeah, Tesla the same. You know, all these everything looks looks a bit scary right now. So the conclusion is just like we need more time.
Yeah, and I mean,
yeah.
I don't think we're going to have like any kind of huge market correction from here, but I definitely could see us go down a few more percent. I don't know. I mean, you can see anything from here, but
Yeah.
But the overall markets, I mean, you know, everything, yeah, had a huge dip because everything just kind of collapsed at the same time. I just don't think there was any buying pressure. So
I saw someone also speculating in there's some big IPOs coming up.
true.
Does people want to take off some profits to get involved in these new IPOs?
Yeah, I don't even know what to think about this.
I have no idea if that's how it works. But I started to monitor on list that I'm going to put some IPOs because you know Kulamagi and all these they are this is their own style to trade the IPOs. And CBRS is the only name I have so far. I'm gonna add SpaceX and all those when they come, you know. But just I want to keep an eye on it and in an organized way. So
Yeah,
that is a factor that is coming soon.
Hey, I'm just gonna, Johnny, I'm just gonna let my dog out. He's whining at the door. Hang on.
Yeah, good.
All right.
I was just looking through some ETFs, Dane. Here is the cannabis one. It looks a bit good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember I'd seen it was finally starting to recover a little bit because it had a really rough period.
Yeah, here it looks. But can you argue that this is a massive base though? Since 1 year ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it breaks out
I
of
mean,
this.
it does look pretty good. I mean, it did break through the one time there and pulled back. So
Yeah, heavy also. But I also saw like some of the entertainment, like a lot of the what do you call it, the consumer things. They were the ones who did best on Friday at least.
yeah, I had my market strength. I posted it in the Discord, but it was ugly.
Yeah.
There was like
Transportation also.
nothing.
This is
That
a transportation ETF.
marijuana ETF though, that's actually pretty impressive how much it was up on that day.
On Friday, you mean, or?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, 7.25, which.
I'm just saying everything else looked like it was tanking.
Yeah, but I did the scans and I didn't see any weed stocks come in, but maybe they are more like labeled as some kind of health situation now. I don't know.
Yeah, but and we were kind of talking about this before the stream. I was going through my list of, from everything that I scan, and I didn't really take a ton of names off. I did take a few because a few of them really started to look like they were breaking down after Friday, but they were kind of weak already. It's just that, you know, they had some kind of momentum going to them and they were kind of holding at some kind of line, but a lot of those broke. So I got rid of those names, but there's still a ton that have kind of held up, and yeah, stuff pulled back, but like not convincingly enough to me yet that it's not worth kind of keeping an eye on them and possibly taking them. And like my mentality on Monday is, you know, unless I wake up and the markets are down like 4%, I'll probably go in and try and do my normal trades.
Bit nicer to a few stocks on the list I'm tracking here in terms of I didn't get rid of them because everything happened in one day. I want to give them a little bit more time, even if they broke some of the moving average that I'm having as rules, you know, to qualify to be on the list. But I want to see Monday at least, maybe Tuesday, before I start to kick things off. But I did make a list here for Monday, and it's pretty normal. In terms of how it has been the last days, and I think a lot of these look to be holding up pretty well inside their bases, and there's definitely a chance that a lot of these can bounce off some of the moving averages and come back if the market turns around.
Yeah, and I mean, people talk about bubbles and stuff. Like, if you go back and actually look at like the .com bubbles and stuff, there was like, I think 2 gigantic like drops before, and then it would skyrocket back up, and then drop again, and then skyrocket back up, and then finally it broke and then had like a real break. But like, my point being is that I don't think having like these corrections mean much in the grand scheme of things.
You just need to act on it. Like I said, I'm happy that I'm all cash right now. It is. I'm having some issues with the OBS.
It's back up. It's good.
Yeah, should be good now. Yeah, no.
Yeah, who knows? Next week is definitely gonna be interesting.
Huh?
I said next week will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, and probably if you just track the QQQ and the oil, you should get some answers just on those two, on how the future is going to look like. But I saw a lot of the oil stocks also. Some of them are inside the base still, but I kind of expected them, if we are going to crash properly, I kind of expected them to look even a bit stronger and to fill my scans more than what they have done. Just an observation.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think everyone's just in limbo right now. I don't think there's anything to go off of. You know, I like during the day, like yesterday, I'm like watching. I was going on X just to see, like, do I see anything that makes me think we're doing anything? And then everyone's just basically saying, like, you know, we're just due for a correction.
Yeah, but we all, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's some issues with my OBS. Let me know if something is missing or something.
No, I mean, it still looks all right to me right now.
Yeah. Stupid OBS. But some of the trades that I did take on that Thursday was BE. I took RXT, I took GLW, and I tried even Reddit. I think Reddit can have some potential here, even still. They were talking about, Dane, how Reddit is standing for the most referred source in, you know, all the LLMs. which they haven't even started to monetize yet. Like that data, that data edge that they have then.
Mm-hmm.
The CEO was talking something along those lines on the last conference call. And I tried to get in on Reddit when it kind of broke out here on Thursday. And in the beginning of the day yesterday, it held up pretty nicely. I keep it on my list. But yeah, those were an AMKR I took also on Thursday here on a pullback. So yeah, they worked pretty good on Thursday, but on Friday everything came down.
Yeah, I was just reading Vinny was saying that, and I actually had seen one or two people say this, so this may be the most likely reason on why things are slowing down a bit, is just the fact that the jobs are coming in strong, that the Fed would be pressured to possibly actually put a rate hike, which obviously would be bearish to stocks specifically. So it could be just that idea of a rate hike continues to go up.
I also saw Ariel Hernandez was talking about how the dollar had strengthened or something, which was negative to emerging markets. But I don't know. I'm not checking all those things. And also, a lot of people were complaining about the lack of volume in the QQQ on the way up here, all the way up. I see people have been saying like it's not really a bullish market because there's a lack of volume. That argument must be dead now. But we did get some heavy volume on Friday on the sell side.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it just kind of matches, like we were saying, it matches the bigger downside days for volume.
Yeah, it's not anything crazy. It does match almost identical the 10 of October bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think it just feels like it was a pretty normal correction. I don't know. I mean, it was a large correction, but it feels just within the realms of normal to me.
Yeah.
I mean, will I be surprised if, like, let's say next week we have like 4 or 5 down days almost in a row? Would I be surprised at that? Yes. I don't think it would go. Do I think we could have 1 or 2 more? Yes. But I don't picture like a huge collapse. But I don't know. It's really the charts aren't really helpful at this point. Not when something starts to move like this.
Yeah, and at the end of the week too. So if you cannot base it on crypto, but the things that are open in weekend, they are still red. If that matters.
Yeah.
It's not a correlation because they are living its own life and has been so bad lately, but still. The Tesla fall was pretty big because Tesla started to look interesting to me. A little bit in here this past week actually, but now it's just smashed to pieces.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's the other thing too. It's like, do we see a big recovery off this?
And then comes Monday and everything's up again, the same amount that it was down on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it would. That's a good point. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Monday we have like a 3% up day.
Yeah, no, it can happen.
And I mean, if you look at usually when you look at the big down days, the day after is positive.
Yeah, and especially in this last rally, you have gotten those jumps up, and even like we said in the beginning of the stream, that if you refer to the 10 of October candle, which also was a Friday, by the way, it jumps up 1.66% on Monday.
Yeah.
And then a little bit volatile, but ends up just exploding up here, which marks the top, of course, of the long sideways move that we had.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Actually,
how
a good
many.
point.
Yeah, but I don't know how many parallels you can take into this, but that did actually happen. In terms of an average bull market, if this was like close to one of the ends of on this one, it would be classified as a very short one, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, no
But-
positions right now, and you don't have any either, Dane.
No, I even my new strategy, it's still going to be traded within the day frame most likely.
Yeah.
I have a hard time thinking I'm going to stick through the night. So, it's still a trading strategy. It's not a swing trading strategy, but it's definitely more along those lines because it would definitely be longer holds. It's not scalping. So, it's just using different moving averages and stuff to price everything. So we'll see. I'll have to follow through with it and just see, because I don't think I would start swing trading it unless like the overall markets were really strong, which I know we just came out of a strong period. So it makes me think like I don't think we're going to have as strong of a period going forward. I highly doubt it. I mean, we'd have to have a decent correction again for me to think like I would want to be swing trading again. I mean, just my specific style, just because I know how my charts end up going in my names. So
Actually, on my screens before the stream now, that I had a few biotechs that was holding up quite good. RVMD was one of them. But in general, this is a bit of a weird chart. Clean here though.
He was saying he got a hit on PL, but luckily he had his stop in place. That had a huge drop just in the morning. It was already
that was
down
on earnings.
12% down just at the open.
Yeah, terrible. And
Yeah,
that
those
is kind
stops
of
are invaluable.
That is kind of a leading stock in this group.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I don't know. This group has had a fantastic run in this bull market, I think. But maybe it's gonna go sideways for a bit here.
Yeah, that's what I see most likely.
This candle on the Rocket Lab, Friday, 8th of May. It's a perfect candle, right? It goes up, finishing the top. One of the strongest candles I can find, I think. And value, I don't, was Kulamagi referring to someone, but he said like, love your stops, not your stocks, right? And this is why.
Yeah, because you can always get smoked, man.
Yeah. And I saw Dell, you know, I was expecting a little bit of profit taking. Dell didn't go down so much on Friday, but it did decline from the top. And now is resting on the 9 EMA, a little bit above it. But
yeah, I
strong mover.
think that was a pretty mild pullback from where it's at. I mean,
yeah.
Unless you bought on like June 2nd.
Yeah. Which would be typical for a lot of people, right?
You know, people bought on June 2nd for sure.
Yeah. And SNDK, let me check, where is SNDK here? SNDK was down 11.
It did take a hit.
Yeah.
But
if you look at
I
my
mean,
chart,
everything did. It's not
everything
that crazy.
did, so, and this is now exactly 4 times its ATR above the 50-day moving average, you know, which is kind of where, like, between 4 and 5 in terms of what I follow, that's a bit extended. But 4 is okay to go into. And the interesting thing about this one too is that it did find support on the 21 EMA plus the anchored weave up from the last previous swing high, which was 8th of May. So you have 2 lines of support right there that it did react to. I'm not going to buy on Monday just based on that, but if it does find more time support along these lines, maybe that's a good entry at some time for a pullback buy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, is there's probably a lot of things you could test on Monday. I mean, I'm not saying like to act on it, but to see how things react as they pull back.
Yeah.
But
I have to say though, on the weekly, SNDK is extended by the metrics I'm looking at quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I would take it here. But this is one of the most fantastic stocks in the last year.
Yeah, SNDK has just had quite a run.
It's up 3,500% from August 25.
Solid.
Shouldn't complain.
No, I don't think you can.
And to be honest, multiple places where it has offered you a good entry, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not so much more to say right now. Then we have to wait a bit, I think.
Yeah, I have the same feel. I just had that thought. I was like, it kind of sucks because like we really have to see what happens on Monday. It's really hard for at least what we're doing. And I don't know. I mean, in the news right now, there's not too much going on. I think, like, you know, I'm just talking stock wise. Like, I haven't really seen any news that's kind of like catching my eye or anything.
When is the date for the SpaceX and Anthropic? Isn't that the name? Anthropic or whatever.
Yeah, those I can't remember. I think they did state them, but I think they just said what the SpaceX IPO date's going to be, which is supposed to come out at like 1.3 trillion or something.
I haven't read properly, but there are some controversy of how they have changed the rules to allow SpaceX to enter the market, right?
Yeah, well, it's basically they allow like 95% or something of the shares are going to be held up like in already like institutions. So there's only like so many shares that are coming out, and they're breaking the rules in terms of how it's allowed to IPO, and then you know how they have to. I think it's how long they can wait until they sell it. I don't remember if that part stays, but there's something really fishy about how it's being done. It sounds like an insider deal in the government and SEC to make this work just for SpaceX.
So it's like a little bit of a pump and dump action that you can predict, maybe.
Well, the thing is, so that they still have to wait until the qualifying section to sell. So I think it more has to do with the way that they're doing it. It allows them to, like, I think you have to have so many of the shares like available or something based on like what the market cap is, and they're like waiving that idea, which just allows basically people who are already in the company to really possibly benefit from the IPO. So it just sounds shady. in terms of the
Yeah.
way. And like the SEC had these rules in place, and like, why are they breaking them now? You know, specifically right when this is going to IPO. It's just, it all adds up to sounding something fishy. And you know, I'll be the first to admit, I don't think the SEC seems to do a great job at editing things. I wonder sometimes where their motives truly lie and who enforces things. Like I just got a notice, my brokerage is Fidelity, and I just got the notice that they released the pattern day trading. And now you only have to have 2,000. It used to be 25K, and now you only have, or 20K, I think it was. It was 20K, maybe it's 25. But now you only have to have 2 grand in your account, and you can day trade all you want. So, which I don't care per se. It's not that I think that's wrong or right. But it does make me wonder, like, you know, as Robinhood and some of these other things come out, and the goal is to encourage trading, you know, it's to encourage volume. That's what you're doing by lowering it to that amount. Like, anybody could take their paycheck, start day trading with it, you know? So it's like,
I have complained to the broker I used to be with multiple times, actually, because you go online and you see these people, probably young people, who have no idea what they are doing, but they get access to these instruments that are so leveraged, and they lose everything they have saved up, you know. And to get access to them, it's just, you have to pass a simple test that you can Google in live time, you know. You can Google the answer to, so anyone can pass it, and to pass that test, it does mean that you have the knowledge of what it actually means and what it actually does. And I understand that when you reach a certain age, you are responsible for your own actions and all that stuff. But I still think it's very unethical.
yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth because I agree. Most people should be able to take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah.
I just wonder why do they make some of these decisions that they make? I would just like to hear more from them on why they say this is a good thing or not. I mean, the whole pattern day trading thing to me is already kind of a weak argument, to be honest. Like, people that are day trading, you know, most of them are going to fail. So you're already taking on a lot of risk, you know. Like, do you want to encourage people to put 25K in and risk it, you know, versus under, you know, 2,000? I don't know. I don't know where that lands.
Yeah. No, I guess it's tricky also to, because either you're gonna allow it or you're not, and you know, they have allowed it now, so then you kind of push the responsibility over to the user, which is fair enough, I guess. But when you then see a lot of people that clearly have no idea what they are doing and they lose everything and maybe even more, it's just like, I don't like this part of it all, you know.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, everybody's in here trying to make cash, so. But I like, I don't know, I feel like this is an issue right now too. Like, you know, it's crazy, like how much like sports gambling in the States used to be pretty conservative in terms of like where you could do it and how it could be done. And now it's just everywhere. It's like, even like any news report, like the news, like the commentators are like talking about it. So it's just become a big part of it.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. Like I said, I don't really care. I don't, you know, I'm not a huge gambler or anything like that. So like, I don't care, but
they have some laws against it where I live. You can only go through legally in one state-owned broker.
Gotcha.
To place your bets, but there are ways around, like the, you know, Unibet and all those. They have these virtual cards that you can sign up for through a third party. But now they get more restrict on that too. Like if you need to register, and if they notice that it's from a bank from my country, something like that, that is connected to it in a way, you are not allowed. Like the bank is not allowing it. So
Gotcha.
it's getting very hard for me to sign up for like other platforms to do betting. I'm not doing it anyways, so it's not a big issue. It's just like I know we here are very strict on those things, but at the same time you see the commercials all over anyways. So
Yeah. We used to, I feel like the states used to be pretty strict, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, in the past like 5 or 6 years, like it just disappeared. Like everyone's just like, screw it, let them do what they
Yeah.
want.
yeah,
So, which I mean, I'm kind of, I guess I'm all right with. I just wonder how many people are affected by that, because I just know a lot of people have like a problem.
yeah, and you saw
I, like I have
you
I have
saw
friends who
during
gamble, and I'm like,
sorry.
oh, I was just saying, I have friends that will gamble, and like when I see some of the amounts that they're gambling with, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, I know, and for the most part, you celebrate that one big win, but in total, you are deep in the red. You know,
Yeah,
most of them. But you
it's like my
saw,
trading career.
yeah, exactly. You can say the same about us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but tie it also to that, you saw a lot of these gamblers enter the stock market during pandemic,
True.
where everyone thought they were a genius, and this is easy because everything went up.
Right.
So
Well, probably could have thought that in the last month here too.
yeah, if you enter in April, you are a genius until Friday.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I don't have much else to cover. I don't know if you got something you want to keep
No,
going over, or we
no.
can maybe just make
I'm-
this a little bit shorter of a stream.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna post this list. This is for my Monday selection. Most of them are just there to see what happens. I think a lot of them are like this one, for example, is getting a little bit deep in the base. Usually I would probably get rid of them, but like I said earlier, I'm a bit nice to a few of these now because you can get a massive bounce on Monday as well. But I if this continue to go down in this direction, it's off the list. So
Right.
let's see. Yeah. We
Yeah.
can
Other
end it
than
here
that,
today then.
just like to say, go Knicks. They won
Go Knicks.
last second there.
And
Big
1
play.
week closer to the World Cup, which starts.
World Cup's coming up.
When does it start? Actually, I think it's next week, or maybe the week after.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 weeks away, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't follow soccer,
No.
not like you guys do.
No.
But I do always like to watch the World Cup. The World Cup's always
Yeah.
exciting. So
Oh, I have to also mention Norway got bronze in the ice hockey World Cup.
yeah.
We beat Canada.
I'm sure they love to hear it.
Yeah, so that was a big thing here, and the hockey team. A couple of days after, we were playing Sweden in football in a friendly match in Oslo, and the hockey team was there to get celebrated. So that was nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you been watching any of the Stanley Cup?
No, I the times and stuff are a bit tricky, and I have the channels, but I haven't been, sitting down watching it.
Yeah, no, it's just been good games. I
Yeah.
only get to watch the first little. I usually fall asleep, and then also
Yeah.
I'm watching the full Knicks games.
Yeah.
So it's just because it's back and forth. So it's like every night. I'm not trying to stay up too late, but
this is going to be
no,
an issue in the World Cup because you have the games very late where I live.
yeah,
So because they play in around where you are based, I think in Norway, they're going to play around in New York, I think.
yeah, on the East Coast at least.
Yeah. So it's going to be a struggle to watch a few of the games. that will start like 3 in the night and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always think that's one of the funniest things is like there's a few bars around here that are like more European style and they always have, you know, soccer or football, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it on. And it's always funny because like if you go and it's like 10 a.m., they're all in there drinking because they're watching the game, but it's, you know, it's late and it's normal for your time, but it's super early here. So these guys are all out there, you know, ready to go.
Yeah.
And I always think it's funny just because, you know, almost every sport that's big in America, you know, fits within our time zones. The only one that does not is soccer. And it's, and you know, you can always tell the diehard fans because they're always watching at crazy times.
Yeah. But you're
Like
gonna
2 in the
have
morning, they'll be up watching.
you're probably gonna notice a big tourist boom now that people start to travel over.
Yeah, probably there'll probably be a lot of people coming in to go see the games.
Let me check. I don't know. Hold on. Let me check. Where the Greensboro is the, I think. Where is Greensboro? You know that?
That's Westchester, which is like just north of New York City. It's I don't know. It's just north of the city. Like it's almost all part of the same thing. It gets the population gets so dense down there. Like it's just all city.
Yeah. Because they traveled over already. Oh, sorry. They traveled over already, and they are staying there in the hotel 2 weeks ahead of the World Cup, which is a bit of a long time, you know. But yeah, gonna be nice. I saw FIFA were advertising a cheap ticket to the final. It only cost like $50,000.
Gotcha.
Super cheap.
I'm looking to see exactly where they're going to play. I don't know. They're building a new stadium for New York City Football Club. But I don't think that's ready yet, so I'm not sure exactly where they're playing.
Or in general. Norway's going to play the first one in Boston. Boston Stadium.
In Boston, okay. Gotcha.
And then Norway, Senegal. That's going to be played in New York, in the New Jersey Stadium.
Yeah, MetLife.
Yeah. And then against France. France going to be played in Boston again.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So that'll be right when kind of the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup finish up. So then we're on to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because usually all summer, I mean, I like baseball, but that's all that's really on is a lot of baseball.
In the summer?
Yeah, at least here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have the World Cup then. But it's also split to Mexico and was it Canada also? I think.
I think so. I think it's considered like all of North America.
Yeah. but you're gonna host the best team, which is us. We everyone thinks
Nice.
that we can go far because we have a really good team right now, but I don't think we will go. They haven't been there in more than 20 years, so they are very inexperienced. But the best players we have, they are very good. So,
Well, if
maybe-
the states get knocked out quick, I'll root for Norway for you. All right.
Yeah, okay, that's a deal.
I
are
don't
you
even know how
playing?
the US is even ranked.
No, you are decent. You have a good manager or a coach.
Yeah.
Let me check your group real quick. I think this is probably super interesting for the stream, right?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We kind of got sidetracked here.
You have
If you're not
Paraguay,
into sports, you can just leave.
you have Paraguay, you have Australia, you have Turkey. So you have a pretty equal group. Like these are pretty much the same level. All of these.
Yeah. See, we got a shot.
Yeah, you should actually. I think you should get through from the group there.
I'll get updated before it starts. I'll look up everybody and figure out.
Yeah,
I do my research, you know,
yeah.
as it comes up. But I just there's so much to watch. I would love to be able to watch soccer more, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen for me.
Your first game is in LA Stadium,
All right.
and then you're gonna
That's a
play
cool stadium.
then you're gonna play in Seattle against Australia,
Great. So these games are probably gonna be late.
and then you're gonna have Turkey in LA again.
Yeah, if they're all West Coast, that means they're gonna be late games for me probably.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll see where Monday goes.
Yeah.
Go Knicks.
Go
Let's
Knicks.
finish this off.
We see you. I think Dane. Next weekend I will be able to go on again, and hopefully we have some more positive things to talk about.
Yeah. And like I said, you'll know next week. I'll probably either hate myself for switching my style up here or not.
It's
But
gonna be interesting to see.
yeah, like I said, I think it just the math looks. I mean, you know, it like I said, it goes up and down quite a bit, but in general, when it goes up, it really goes up. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's the right move to make. I'm still tracking a bunch of things on exactly how to do it, and honestly, until I can do this for like a year and see how things end up, that'll give me a better idea of exactly what I should be doing. But I guess I'm in that period now where like I'm kind of comfortable in what I'm doing, and it's trying to fine tune it to really increase the edge that I'm finding. And if I can do that just even a little bit more, it's going to be a really successful trading style.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm very optimistic right now. It's probably the most optimistic I've been in my trading since I started.
Which is always exciting when you because you have also performed pretty good. Like 20%, it's already successful. You know.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm happy with it. And it's a 3-month time period that I'm up 25%. So
Yeah.
not quite 25, but it'll probably, like I said, probably go down. Last week was a really good week. It's rare I get that good of a week.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like I said, with this other strategy, maybe it will bounce back. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right.
But all right, everybody.
We see you next weekend then.
Yeah, everyone have a good one.
Bye bye.